Wow, look at that lemon bread. Wow. Wow, that's so good. Ah, man, that's really tasty. Hang out and check out this video. You're going to want to see this. Hey everybody, hope you're having an awesome day. Hey, I thought I'd come back and we're going to do some baking today, but we're going to do a product review that we're baking. So I thought that would be kind of cool. It's been a while since I've done a product review, and I really like doing these product reviews. So this product review is going to be from a company called Keto Bakes. So you see it up there. At least I think you can see it. I'll put a link down below if you want to check out their website and check out any of their products. So this is a iced lemon loaf keto bake mix. It's 2 net carbs per serving. It's lightly topped vanilla pound cake topped with a tangy citrus glaze. So that's what it says it is. So excited to try it. I love lemon bread. I've made a couple of videos of other lemon breads. Now the premise is that this product is all of the baking stuff that you need, and then you just have to add butter, eggs, and in this case we're going to add butter, eggs, and some cream cheese into it, and all the dry powder stuff is in here. So it's really easy to mix, really easy to put together. On the back side of it, it talks about clean, keto, and gluten-free. It just says that when our family went low carb, gluten-free for health reasons, we found ourselves in the kitchen all the time. Maybe that was convenient keto mixes. Oh yeah, that's where convenient keto mixes. Yeah. So because of what was life without cookies or pizza, what we found was gluten, starch, junky oils, artificial sweeteners, and not tasted too good. Not tasting too good. So they started developing a delicious, clean, low-carb mix. Much easier for me and my the busy people in my life. We hope that you do a happy dance when you're in the kitchen, like they do us. So I'm not sure I'm reading that right. The writing's pretty small. So anyway, and then down here below it just talks about some of the ingredients. This is made with almond flours, erythritol. The lemon glaze is made with xylitol, erythritol, crystallized lemons, and then baking powder, a natural vanilla flavoring, natural lemon flavoring, citric acid, Himalaya salt, pink salt, stevia leaves powder. An extract, yeah, stevia extract powder. So that's all that's in it. So it's pretty clean, really good stuff. We'll go through the carbs a little bit later. So I'm going to mix this all up. So I'm going to readjust the camera. We're going to make this and see what it looks like and what it tastes like. Now, I will say that there's one thing is that this calls for a 3x8 pan. I don't have a 3.5x8 loaf pan. I think this is a 5x8 loaf pan, so that's what I'm going to use. So maybe a little flatter than the one they make. So, like I say, I'm really excited for this, and let's see how it comes out. All right. So let me adjust the camera, and we'll get back. The oven is up and ready, and we should be good to go. Alright, so all we're going to do is I put in 4 tablespoons, and it tells you the directions on how to make this on the back here. So I'm putting in the 4 tablespoons of softened butter, the 4 ounces of softened cream cheese, and the 4 eggs. And I'm going to put this in a bowl. And that's all we're going to do. Well, that's not all we're going to do, but that's what we're going to start with. So I'm going to put that in the bowl. And then we're going to take the cream cheese, and this is the 4 ounces of cream cheese. It's softened to room temperature. We're going to dump that in. We're going to dump the 4 eggs in. These are room temperature eggs. I brought these up to room temperature. So we're going to dump those in here. I I love baking on a nice cool Saturday afternoon, and it's really nice outside, and you know, the baking doesn't heat up the house or any of that good stuff. Wipe my fingers off with. And then we're going to beat this, and we're going to get it so it's nice and fluffy and coming out good. So to do that, I'm going to turn this. So this is going to be noisy. I'm going to turn this off. I'll come back when this is ready and it's fluffy and it's ready to go. So the eggs and the cream cheese and the butter are all mixed together pretty well. So the next thing I'm going to do is just take this and I'm going to pour this in here just a little bit at a time, and I'm going to mix it in. The question is whether I should do it by hand or whatever. I got to take out, there's inside, I figured there was. So inside this is the glaze mix that we're going to use later on to make the glaze to go on top of it. So you can do this any way you want, whether you want to mix it in or whether how you want to do it. I think I'm going to just kind of pour it in a little at a time, and I'm going to mix it in with my fork. I suppose you can use the hand mixer if you wanted to do it that way. And we're just going to keep doing this until we get the whole package in. And we're getting about 3/4 of the way there now. It's starting to thick up a little bit. We'll get the rest of this in here. Again, this is pretty easy to do if you don't have time and you don't want to do all the mixing of the dry ingredients and stuff. This is not a bad idea to go about it like this. So and I think that's about all there is to it. We're going to take this, and we're going to put this into the bread pan. I do the parchment paper in the bread pan just because I don't want it to stick, and I use these little clips to hold it. You'll see if you've saw it in any of my other baking videos, you've seen that. So we're going to put that in here. And I'm just going to scrape this. Now I preheated the oven to 350 degrees, so we are going to throw this in the oven. We are going to, according to the directions on here, we're going to throw this in here for about 45 minutes. And then we'll come out, and when it's coming out, we will take and we will use the icing, and we will make the icing. All right, so I'll come back here in about, 2 seconds in your world, 45 minutes in my world. And we're going to come out and see how the bread's coming out. So while that's in the oven baking, I did want to come back out and just say, so this is the lemon bread that we're trying out right now. But I would say that there's other products. Like I say, you go down there and check out. I'll put the link down below. I'll also put it in the, I'll pin it in the top of the comments, as well as I'll put it in the description. Here is one of the other products. This one here is the Chewy Chocolate Chip Cookie Baking Mix. And again, you're adding 1 egg in this and a little bit of butter in it, and that's all you're doing. Everything else is all pre-packaged and poured into it. The ingredients are pretty clean. There's not a lot. They're not playing that big fiber game. like most of the companies do. Now it does have the sugar alcohols in it as well, but I think almost everything that you're doing as far as baking goes has some kind of sugar in it. So it's using a sweetener. So this is erythritol that it's using in it. Xylitol or erythritol. So I would say if it's xylitol, make sure if you're having it, you're not feeding it to pets or anything else as well. And then another one was that I got, I'm going to try out is the frosted brownie mix as well. We're going to try this out. And then I also have a keto crust that I'm going to try out, keto pizza crust. I'm going to try out. And this one here, you have to put a little bit of water in it and a little bit of mozzarella cheese in it, and 1 cup of egg whites in it. So, so those are the 3 or 4, I should say, and then of course the lemon bread that we're trying out right now. So those are the 4 that I'm going to try out and give you my opinion on what I think of them. We actually may do a couple different things. I'm not going to make a pizza with this. I'm going to make something else with it. So I'm really excited about it. Hopefully you will be too. So that will be the next one I try out. Just want to try one of the bacon ones out, and I want to try one of the other baking ones out that's not necessarily the baking good. I like pizza. I love keto pizza. We eat it probably every 2 weeks or so. So it's a good thing to have. If you can make a good easy crust and just add a little bit of water into it and a little bit of cheese into it, it makes things a lot easier to mixing things up. And again, they do all have on here, they'll all have on here, like this has 8 total carbs, minus the 1 sugar alcohol, minus the 5 fiber, gives you the 2 net carbs that comes out on the front. So they do have it on there. Some of the labels are kind of a little bit off. So it's easier to see it if it's actually written out. So you can kind of see that's right there. So anyway, we'll come back when this is done and we'll see what it looks like, and then we'll give it a good old taste test. We'll come back and we'll actually make the glaze that's going to go on top of it once it's out. All right, see you in a second. So I just took it out of the oven. I want to show you, it's still hot, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. It looks really good. I'm pretty impressed. Smells amazing. All right, so it looks pretty good. So we're gonna whip up the. I gotta read the directions on the back of the package again, and we're gonna whip up the icing, and we're gonna plate it and put the icing on it, and then we're gonna eat it. All right, we'll come back in the next segment and let's go through that. All right, so I'm just gonna whip this up a little bit. My wife was asking maybe we don't put it on the cake yet, so because she would kind of like to taste it without it. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna actually take a couple of tablespoons. We'll whip this up and we're gonna set it aside. We're going to try it just a little bit on it, and we'll see. So we're going to mix this with 1 or 2 tablespoons of heavy cream. So this is the heavy cream, and I need to get a tablespoon out. Sorry about not being prepared, but all right, so let's go in here. Put about 1.5 in here. We'll see how that mixes up. It says you want it thick enough so you don't want it dripping very much. And of course, I don't have a fork out here to mix it with. Now again, if you're not a person that likes to have it very sweet or anything, you can probably forego this part of it, because I'll tell you that lemon bread smells pretty amazing, I'll tell you. So I would think I'd go on this next time. I'm only going to put 1 teaspoon of the heavy cream in there instead of 1.5. I think it's still a little runnier than I want it to be. I'd like it to be a little bit thicker. So, but we're going to set that. We're going to set that aside, and we're going to get the wait for it to cool a little bit, and then we're going to apply this on it and give it a try. All right, so it's done. We put it on a plate so you can really see the sides of it. Good, browned up really nice. Looks good. It smells amazing. It smells really lemony. So nice. So I'm just gonna cut off a little piece of this, and then I'm gonna put some of the icing on the top of it. I guess it would work better if I had a spoon. So I'm going to take it off, just kind of show you a little bit of the icing on the top, so it's pretty thin. Like I said, I think I put about a tablespoon and a half of the heavy cream. I think next time I'd only put a half a tablespoon in it. But it breaks easy. It smells great. Again, that icing on there kind of sits on there pretty nice. It's the icing is really lemony too. So, wow, that's really good. That's really, really good. I'll tell you, that's really good. I'm very impressed. I'm very impressed. Wow. Wow, that's really good. So, I'll tell you, and I'm guilty of this, is I buy a lot of baking stuff. So if you don't want to go out there and buy a ton of baking stuff, I have baking stuff that I use for 1 or 2 recipes only, and you got to buy it in a bag, a 1 pound bag of it, and it'll last you 5 years. So this is a great way if you don't want to buy all that stuff and have a whole mess of that in your pantry, and just buy some of these, then use these here, and then you have everything you need in them, and everything that, it looks like everything that you add into these, like this one is egg and butter. This one is egg, butter. This has a little coconut oil, but you know, those are things that I have in my pantry pretty regularly. This has water, mozzarella cheese, and eggs. So those are all things that I have in my kitchen all the time. So I'm going to put this in here because I want to talk a little bit about macros, because we have not talked about that. Boy, I hate to. There's a little bit of. I'm going to try to keep some of that lemons. I'll tell you, the icing is pretty good. So let's talk macros on this thing. So on the back of this package and the macros, it will tell you that a slice of this, it says there's 10 slices in this. So those 10 slices are actually pretty decent slices. Slices? I guess it's one of those days. So, total calories in a slice is 90. For the whole portion of the bread, the whole thing would be 200. Is that right? Oh, for the baked portion, it says, not the whole portion, just the baked portion. If you ate just the whole baking thing, I guess would be 200, but when you add all the other stuff into it, slice is 90. So I'm just going to concentrate on a serving size. Fat is 7. Let's see. Carbs are 14. Total carbs are 14, so I go easy on it. Dietary fiber is 1. The sugar alcohol is 12, so there is quite a bit of sugar alcohol in it. So instead of taking the fiber out, they're taking the sugar alcohol out. And the protein is on 3. So the net carbs again is 2 per slice. I would rather have the sugar alcohols take minus those than the fiber, just because the fiber is so easy to play the fiber game, and whether it's soluble, insoluble, and how much of whatever fiber is insoluble and all that stuff. And I know the sugar alcohol doesn't affect my my blood glucose, because I was wearing a blood glucose monitor for a while. 15 total carbs minus the 12 sugar alcohols minus the 1 fiber gives you 2 net carbs. So that's where they come up with the 2 net carbs. I'm impressed. I'm very happy with the way this came out. This is really tasty. So again, I'll put the link down below. Go down there and check it out. You know, I'm really impressed. This is really good. So I'm gonna have my wife try it here and see what she thinks of it. Of course, that's gonna be off the camera. We won't be including that, but I'm sure she's gonna like it as well, because this is really super lemony, super good. This is worthwhile making and having. If you like lemons and you like lemon bread, this is a great thing. I'm wondering whether you can make muffins with it, because I'm sure, well, you probably could, right? Just put it in muffin tins instead of the bread. But this is really good. Like I say, they probably have, I don't know, there's a lot of different ones on their website, and they're coming out with new ones all the time. So Keto Bakes, you know, these cookies are 0 net carbs. So go down there, check them out, and like I say, they're worthwhile having if you're in for a little bite or snack. They do have some single servings ones as well. These are really good. So I really enjoyed this. This was a great product. The products are the ingredients in it are very clean. It's really good. Like I said, you'd have to be careful. Like the icing, I believe, has xylitol in it. That's what they're using for the sweetener in it. So just be careful. You're not feeding that to animals, dogs, cats, anything of that nature. But it's good for human consumption. So, hey, if you like the video, thumbs up please. Subscribe to the channel, like it. Let me know what you think. I'm gonna try a couple of these others here as well. We'll do some reviews on the other ones as well. If you'd like to see more reviews, more product reviews like this, let me know, and we will pick some stuff up and we will try them out.